quiz. Everybody's won. We never had a loser. 1-888-973-5476. Still have to write the questions for you, Joe.
Get on it.
All right, before Andrew so rudely interrupted me with Nate's traffic. So I go to Catholic school. I wasn't the best student. I'd like to create a lot of chaos because it just meant that we didn't have to sit in class.
Yeah.
So every first Friday, we'd have to have confession. We'd have confession, and the way it would work is the 8th grade class. There was an 8A and 8B, and 8A would be excused. We all sat alphabetically, and the first student would be excused at 8:30 in the morning and would start walking down the hallway down to the chapel. And then the next student, the nuns would like release us like airplanes. We'd then next kid and next kid, and they just keep going and going and going. Then 8B would go, and then 7A, 7B. You get the idea all the way. So poor Father Mac, who used to have to sit in the confessional booth and listen to probably the same stupid 3 confessions. I was disrespectful to my mother. I lied to my father, and, whatever else it was, just something else. It was always the same sort of thing. So I'm down there getting yelled at in the principal's office. They get a call that Father Mac is not going to be there. There will be no priest to hear confessions on this particular First Friday. So Curly, go up there and tell sister not to release the students. So I'm walking up the hallway, and I see Chris, I can't remember his last name, began with a B. Or is it Chris something or other?
Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown's coming down, and he looked like he had a lot to say. Like he looked like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. And I thought, well, this guy looks like he needs confession. So that, if I get ahead of him, I turn around and head down there. Since Father Mac's not going to be there, why not? Something to do. So I sat in the confessional booth where Father Mac would sit. And I heard 8A, 8B, and 7A until finally I got caught. And the way I got caught was I was in there for a long time, and I was doing, the bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been for 3 weeks since my last confession. I was disrespectful to my mother. I lied to and I hit my brother, stuff like that. Well, this one guy comes in and says that he had, touched himself in an impure manner. And then when I asked for more specifics, he started to cry. And then he ran out of the confessional booth, and he was standing there. And the nun then knocked at the door to ask Father Mac what was happening, and I was the one in that. And I thought to myself, I could just say, I got into the wrong box.
Right? Yeah, that happens, I'm sure.
And when I walked out of there, that all the kids that had realized, because they were all doing their Hail Marys and Our Fathers, that I had heard all their confessions.
Did you hear anything really?
No, nothing good. Only that one guy.
So what kind of trouble did you get in for?
Oh, I got it suspended. And that's it. I mean, that is it. There's a venial sin and a mortal sin. I'm going to have a lot of explaining to do when I get to heaven on that one.
And now you know
the rest of the story. Father Mac. Yeah. All right. 2 Hail Marys for Our Fathers. Just stuff like that's what he sounded like anyway. So it's really easy. I was going to have them do jumping jacks and push-ups on the altar, but that would have been really bad.
That would have been a dead giveaway.
Phew. Just something to create chaos. I didn't have to sit in class.
Attaboy.
Let's go to Nate over there, also creating chaos in his own way. Peak and Plumbing Traffic. That's Nathan.
All right, delay that trip through Everett this afternoon for a while if you can. This is why North 5 is packed from the Boeing Freeway all the way to State Route 529. You got a new crash just before Highway 2 adding to this, blocking your left lane. Everett to Marysville's at 40 minutes. That's double the norm. Traffic is now stacked up heading through downtown Everett as you cross that Snohomish River on 529. At about 14th now on Broadway. South 5 slows from State Route 531 and Smoky Point all the way down to 529. Arlington to Everett is a half-hour commute. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett, both just a little over an hour. Seattle to Federal Way is a solid hour still. And on the water, we've got a lot of trouble. Seattle to Bainbridge Island, that route has a 90-minute wait for drivers at the Seattle terminal. The Edmonds terminal has a 1-hour wait for drivers, and also a 1-hour wait for drivers at the Mukilteo terminal. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, your home for G and Ursula, 9 to noon.
Our very own Sully, you guys know, the traffic guy. Do you go to the produce section? Do you do shopping for vegetables?
He said he went to the produce section.
I was sitting there in the woods.
How long does it take you to shop?
When I'm shopping, it takes me about 5 minutes.
And then Holly texts you and says, will you pick up a couple more things for me?
Yeah, all the time.
How long does it take you?
Probably 45 extra minutes. Because I don't know what those things are.
Streaming live on your smart speaker.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace! You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through April 21st, new customers can get started with 150 megabit internet and security edge for $49.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying internet package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Early termination fee applies.
The old throne's not too well, and ooh, does it smell?
DayandNight.net. Hi, I'm Bruce, General Manager of Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. Over the past 70 years, I think we've seen every drain clog out there. If your pipes aren't draining, I promise you, our experienced technicians will find the issue, the right solution, and do it at a fair price. We'll work harder than anyone to earn your trust.
Call Day and Night to save $50 off any drain cleaning.
DayandNight.net.
Hey there, Dawn Riding with Olympic Hot Tub. Swimming your way to a healthier you is now easier and more affordable than ever with an Endless Pool Swim Spa. During our spring savings event, save up to $9,000 on an Endless Pools package and get a free gift bundle including a Bluetooth sound system worth up to $3,200. Don't miss out. Ends April 13th. More at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
Senator after meeting with Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
He was traumatized by being at CCOT.
Florida State University vigil.
Terrible act of violence shook our community.
Judge over Consumer Financial Protection Bureau firings.
Blocked over 1,400 employees from being fired at the end of the day today.
This is the CBS World News Roundup Late Edition. I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen says a meeting with Kilmar Abrego Garcia in El Salvador that Abrego Garcia has told him he was not allowed to call anyone when detained by ICE and eventually sent to El Salvador. Abrego Garcia says he was traumatized by being at the notorious CCOT prison, but according to Van Hollen,
He told me, and this was yesterday, that 8 days ago, so I guess 9 days ago from today, he was moved to another detention center in Santa Ana, where the conditions are better.
the White House says Abrego Garcia is not coming back to the U.S. President Trump criticizes Van Hollen.
He's a fake. I know him all.